Right side, Adkins into the open, running into 15, running into 10, running into 5, end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. 33 yards. Hi again, welcome to the Buffalo Stampede. I'm play-by-play voice of the Buffaloes, Mark Johnson of 850 KOA Radio. The Buffs coming off a nice victory last week in that makeup game, 43-10 over Charleston Southern. And the guy to my left here was a big reason why. 13 carries, 137 yards, and a CU freshman record, 4 touchdowns. Michael Adkins joining us. Nice way to debut as a starter for the Buffaloes, and nice for the team to get a win last week, I would think.
Yeah, it was a great team win, and it was nice to finally get a win after losing 3.
Certainly in recent weeks here, Michael's been getting more and more carries. You're getting, it looks like, a comfortableness on the field. Talk a little bit about the evolution this season as you've gotten used to college football.
Yeah, I mean, I came out fall camp ready to go. I mean, I was ready to compete, and I wanted to play my first year, so I set my mindset for that. And over the course of the year, my reps increased, and then I finally got a chance to play, and I just took advantage of that.
Is there a level of comfort, I think, for a young guy, even though you're talented? You still got to understand what college football is all about. There's the college life, going to class, all the things you got to get used to your freshman season.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of things you got to get used to. I'm still learning. But it's great to kind of have a little bit of success. But you got to keep pushing and keep practicing. I'm definitely still learning how to adjust.
What's the biggest part of the transition? Is it the social aspect, the academic aspect, or what happens between the lines in the football field?
I think the social aspect is pretty taken care of. I mean, you come into college, you're new, but you're part of a family, so it's kind of like you're going into a family. I think the biggest transition is obviously, just getting ready to play a Division I football.
You were a very good high school player, obviously. All guys at this level are. From a system standpoint, how about that transition? Learning the mental gymnastics of what a college football offensive system is like. Is that difficult?
It wasn't too difficult. I mean, my head coach, Troy Starr, I give him a lot of credit. I mean, he got us prepared, and a very great high school coach, so he got us prepared for this level. But obviously, there's a lot of things that go into the offenses at this level that are a lot different than high school. But I felt like I was pretty well prepared based off of how we ran our scheme in high school.
Boy, when you think of the great running backs here at the University of Colorado, Eric Bieniemy, Rashawn Salam, Chris Brown, the list goes on and on and on. You have done something none of them have ever done. 4 touchdowns in one game as a freshman. That's some pretty heady stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great to do that. I was excited. I mean, our line blocked well. But just got to keep pushing, keep trying to get these W's.
Boy, Michael, the rushing game has not been a strength for the Buffaloes for the large part this season. What was different, albeit maybe a lower division team, but what was different in the ball game from an execution standpoint this past week?
Again, line block well. We got up. We were physical, and I just read their blocks, and I hit the hole hard, and it happened for us.
That's one thing we talk about frequently about you on the broadcast. There's not a lot of hesitation when you get the ball. You make the read. You hit the hole very hard. That's awful important for a running back. Where does that come from? Is that something you learned in high school that was a big part of the experience of running the football, or something that really maybe they've emphasized here in college?
I would say it's something in high school. I mean, you got to make fast decisions. I think it just is credit to how I approach the running game and how I approach myself as a running back. I want to make fast cuts and get upfield. I'm not really like to be super shifty. I just want to make that first cut and get upfield. So downhill running.
You seem to like contact too. That kind of belies your size a little bit. I mean, you've had some powerful runs where they got 2 or 3 defenders on you. Seem to break through as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's all comes in with the running back and how I am. I just like getting downhill and like to use my speed out to run the defense.
Boy, Mike, you think about it yourself, a true freshman. The quarterback now, Sevo Lufau, a true freshman. What Addison Gillum is doing as a true freshman. Cheeto Awuzie is a true freshman. There's some very young guys making an impact on this football team right now, aren't there?
Right. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of young guys, and I feel like our class is great overall. We have a lot of guys stepping up, making plays as true freshmen. So I feel like that's gonna be good moving forward for this team.
Tell me about playing for Mike McIntyre. What is it about Coach Mack you enjoy?
Mac, he's a very fiery coach. He's very intense. And it rubs off on us. So I mean, him that intensity and just rubs off on us. So he's a very, very fiery, very positive coach.
Can that win last week? It was 3 losses in a row. The Buffaloes knock off the Buccaneers at Charleston Southern. Can that be a springboard for this team now as you get back to Pac-12 play?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely springboard us. I mean, coming off before that win, we're 3 losses. That gave us confidence. We're 3-3 now, so we're ready. We have 6 games left in the season, and Coach Mack's been talking about it. We got to work some magic, and we got 6 games, and we 3 more we can get a bowl bid. So it's definitely a lot of momentum for us moving forward.
You know, I asked you about the experience of transitioning college football and all the things you've gone through and what's been easy and what hasn't been. How about running behind Ralphie? How cool is that running? That's got to be the coolest thing in college football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real cool. It's real cool. When I came on my visit, I got a chance to see him run, and I didn't get to experience actually running behind him, but running behind him is super cool. It's a very nice experience.
How about becoming a Buffalo? You're a San Diego guy. You're a smart guy. My goodness, had offers to Yale and Harvard and the Air Force Academy. What brought you to Colorado?
Colorado, I mean, Coach Mack was recruiting me at San Jose State before here, and when he came over here, I love the coaching staff when I went on my visit there, and when he came here and got the job here, took my visit up here, and I just love the scenery around here. Boulder's a beautiful campus, beautiful place, and I felt like it had the great balance between academics and football. So I mean, I was a dream of mine to play in the Pac-12. So I mean, and then matched that with academics, which is important to me. I mean, it seemed like a perfect fit for me.
I was going to say he was a 4.5 GPA student in high school. You've got Ivy League offers. You're obviously a guy that's very focused on academics.
All right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, my whole life, that's been something that I took pride in. So want to continue that in college and keep moving forward.
All right. This weekend, it's the Arizona Wildcats in town to take on the Buffaloes. Now, as a running back, you've got to appreciate the guy that carries the rock for the Wildcats will be Kadeem Carey, the nation's leading rusher a year ago, right, putting up some major numbers. Right. Will there be a tendency when you're on the sideline maybe to kind of peek and watch him a little bit?
I mean, I'm always in tune to the game, so I'm always watching my defense play, so definitely I'll probably be watching him run a little bit.
All right. Well, I tell you what, you've been outstanding here your freshman year. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
All right, Michael Adkins, 13 carries, 137 yards, and a CU freshman record, 4 touchdowns last week at the Buffalo's 43-10 win over Charleston Southern. Now it's the Arizona Wildcats in town. That's a 6 o'clock game on Saturday night. We will hit the air at 4:05 on our flagship 850 KOA with the Buffalo Stampede. Our network affiliates will pick up at 4:35. For Michael Adkins, I'm Mark Johnson. Once again, for all things Buffaloes, go to Buffs TV at CUBuffs.com. Right now, for more insight, here's B.G. Brooks.
Hi, this is B.G. Brooks with CUBuffs.com. There's a big game at Folsom Field on Saturday, and that's big news for CU football. That's something we haven't been able to say in quite a while around here. The Buffs, looking for their first Pac-12 win under Mike McIntyre, take on Arizona, which got its first conference win of the 2013 season last weekend against Utah. That's reason enough to make this weekend big for the Buffs, but there's more. If CU can close out October with a win, the Buffs climb a game above 500. That would be 4-3 for the first time this late in the season since 2008. Chew on that for about 5 seconds. And now this. With 4 wins entering November, the Buffs would be only 2 wins short of bowl eligibility. Remember, special dispensation from the NCAA will allow CU to count last weekend's win against FCS opponent Charleston Southern as 1 W toward bowl eligibility. A reality check says kicking off November with road games at UCLA and Washington likely means CU will have to look at the end of the month for another couple of wins. November home games are against Cal and USC, with a trip to Utah on Thanksgiving weekend closing out the regular season. Can the Buffs find a way to go bowling in McIntyre's first season? Even given 2 wins against FCS competition, Central Arkansas was the other, 6 W's following a 1-win season last year would be pretty close to miraculous. I'm not saying it's going to happen, only that there's a chance. And without a win against Arizona, the chance gets slimmer. That's what adds significant weight to Saturday night's game. As McIntyre said last weekend, get the one next week and it means November matters in Colorado. It's been too long since that was the case in these parts. This is B.G. Brooks. You can read my coverage on CUBuffs.com.